How does the government make money? There are several sources of tax revenue. Summary: the government primarily generates revenue through the imposition of taxes, individual income taxes, Social Security, Medicare taxes, and corporate taxes. If the government collects more in taxes during the year than it needs to meet its expenses, then the country posts a budget surplus. If, however, the collection of taxes does not cover annual expenses, then the federal government runs a deficit. Running a deficit at the federal level is nearly a given as of 2020, thanks largely to the massive federal debt. As of 2019, servicing the national debt, just making the interest payments, required more than $500 billion, approximately $590 billion, during particularly rough years, such as during the global financial crisis of 2008, and most likely what's shaping up to be the recession of 2020. Government spending increases in order to cover need-based programs, such as unemployment benefits, Medicaid, and food stamps. To cover any shortfall, the government generates revenue through debt, borrowing money by issuing financial instruments, such as treasury bonds. There are 4 primary debt instruments at the disposal of the U.S. government. The printed money tax. There is another less traditional method available to the U.S. government for generating revenue. The Federal Reserve essentially just prints more money. That limitation on the government's ability to print money was effectively removed when former President Nixon abandoned the gold standard. Now, the government can implement an inflation tax. As the Federal Reserve prints more money, expanding the money supply, it results in inflation, which decreases the purchasing power of each U.S. dollar. The crash of 2020. The economic crash of 2020, brought on by the coronavirus pandemic, has led to an unprecedented amount of money being printed by the Federal Reserve. Many economists fear that the Fed's massive expansion of the money supply may eventually lead to runaway inflation. CFI is the official provider of the Global Commercial Banking and Credit Analyst (CBCA) trademark certification program, designed to help anyone become a world-class financial analyst. The following CFI resources will be helpful in furthering your financial education: Federal Reserve, the Fed, Inheritance Tax, Budget Deficit, Social Security Tax, Financial Analyst Training. Get world-class financial training with CFI's online Certified Financial Analyst Training Program. Gain the confidence you need to move up the ladder in a high-powered corporate finance career path.